Title versus deed. Why owning a house isn't as simple as holding the keys? 1. Understanding title, the invisible crown. Title isn't a piece of paper. It's the legal concept of ownership, the invisible crown that says, yes, this is yours. Lawyers like to call it a bundle of sticks. Each stick represents a right, to sell, to lease, to borrow against, or to live in the property. When someone holds all those sticks, they own the property in fee simple absolute, the legal version of nobody tells me what to do. So what does that actually mean? It means title is the collection of all your ownership rights, not the paper in your hand, but the authority behind it. When someone says, I have title, they're really saying, the law recognizes me as the owner. Footnote. Title represents the full legal ownership of property, encompassing all transferable rights even though it exists as a concept, not a document. 2. The deed, putting ownership on paper. Now here's where people get tripped up. The deed is not the same thing as title. It's the document that proves who owns the title, the pen-to-paper evidence of that invisible crown. The deed transfers ownership from one person, the grantor, to another, the grantee. Think of it this way, title is the idea, and the deed is the receipt. You can't frame your title on the wall, but you can record your deed at the courthouse. So what does that actually mean? The deed is how ownership moves. The moment it's signed, delivered, and recorded, the new owner officially holds the title. Footnote. A deed is the legal instrument that transfers ownership, serving as physical evidence of the title. 3. The title search, playing real estate detective. Before closing on a property, attorneys go full Sherlock Holmes. They perform a title search, digging through county records, old deeds, court filings, bankruptcies, and even corporate documents. The goal? Make sure the seller actually owns what they're selling, and that no one else secretly holds a claim. Imagine buying a car, only to find out someone else's name is still on the loan. That's what a title search prevents in real estate. Footnote. A title search verifies ownership history and checks for claims or defects before transferring property. 4. Title insurance, the backup plan. Even the best detective can miss something. That's where title insurance steps in. If it turns out a previous deed was forged or a lien was missed, title insurance covers the loss or defends the owner in court. It's like a safety net for homeownership, protection against ghosts from the land records. So what does that actually mean? Title insurance is what lets buyers sleep at night, knowing their ownership won't vanish because of someone else's mistake. Footnote. Title insurance protects owners and lenders against past ownership defects or undiscovered title problems. 5. Different types of deeds, some stronger than others. Not all deeds are created equal. A quitclaim deed says, whatever I have, you can have it, but I'm not promising I actually have anything. If the grantor owns nothing, the grantee gets nothing. Simple. A special warranty deed offers partial protection, the seller promises to defend title, but only for the period they owned it. A general warranty deed, the gold standard, says, I own this property, I have the right to sell it, and I'll defend that ownership forever. No time limit, no fine print. So what does that actually mean? The kind of deed you get decides how protected your ownership is, from good luck to I've got your back. Footnote. Deeds differ in the level of legal protection offered, from quitclaim's minimal assurance to general warranty's full guarantee. 6. The pop quiz, paper versus power. At the closing table, you sign a mountain of papers. But only one of them transfers ownership, the deed. The title isn't passed in the folder, it passes in the law. When the seller signs the deed and it's recorded with the county, ownership officially changes hands. So what does that actually mean? Title is the invisible power of ownership. The deed is the proof. They work together, but they're not twins, more like the soul and the body of property ownership. Footnote: the deed transfers ownership at closing, while the title represents the ongoing legal authority of ownership.